Hi everybody, this is Lynn from Creative Concept Crafts with my latest design, and this is the diamond triangle card kitty cat collection. So it's quite an unusual shape of a card. Ignore the cat shape. I've actually decided I wasn't too keen on that one, and there will be another one coming in later in the video. So this is the base card colour, which folds inwards on the two vertical lines, and the diagonal lines fold the opposite way. So you've got valley folds for the verticals and mountain folds for both of the diagonals. Make sure when you're folding them that they're absolutely square on the corners. So once you're creasing, make sure that those dotted lines are absolutely spot on, or otherwise it gets a bit wonky. So here we have all our mats and layers, and if you try and keep them in the same order they are as you cut them from the mat, then you'll have the paws facing in the right direction. So I've done grey for the base card. The kitty cat I've cut out of the same colour as the base card, but then we've got Decor Mat 2, which would normally be kitty cat, in a separate colour. So I've used pale grey, turquoise and lemon. Like I said, that piece will be replaced for a different cat. I wasn't keen on it when I'd finished it. But it's the same mat, but just a different shape of cat. So quick and easy to create this card. It's a really unusual one, but it's so cute when it's completed. So again, on all these mats and layers, I've gone round the outer edge on the right hand side of the scoreboard, which gives me the perfect lineup for the mats. So we're going to repeat on all of these pieces, just matting and layering, simply done. Matching up those beveled edges to make sure that you've got an absolute square mat. So this is the second part from the Bertie Boo, the little dog that I created. So we've got Bertie Boo and Kitty Cat for a double collection release. Here's the cat now. So again, just a simple mat and layer. It will only fit one way. It's not quite a square, so make sure you get that the right way up. Just bringing in my burnishing tool. So there he is, and now here's the pieces that I've put the contrasts onto transfer tape, because there's a lot of little bits. I find it's much easier to transfer them all at once. You can glue them at once and get them down at once. If you were to try and fit them into position without the transfer tape, it could be done, but it really is not the easiest method to do it. So I'm increasingly using transfer tape for creating anything that's got small pieces. So I've used white for the base of the cat and pale grey for this section. You could just as easily do a tabby with browns and mustards and lemons probably. So carefully removing the transfer tape. Sometimes you need the pokey tool, especially if they're small pieces. So I'm just going to push that down now and then burnish from the wrong side. I've got all the pieces that I need transferred onto this piece of tape. I've got the eyes, the nose and the mouth, 3 different parts of the eyes there, white, blue, black, and then I've got a little bit of pale pink for the nose. So this is the next part I'm going to do is the dark grey contrast. Like I said, there's a lot of little pieces here which could be transferred, but trying to get them into exactly the same place that they are here, it's much easier with the transfer tape. So just burnish them down And then I use a pokey tool, especially where there's little bits involved, to make sure that if anything's moving as you're peeling off, you can pop it back into position again. So just gently peel away. I think you can see how small some of those pieces are. And again, just push them all down into position. And there's Kitty Cat almost done. We've just got his eyes to put into position. So starting with the whites of the eyes, you'll notice that there's placement lines there. You'll be covering up the dark grey bits. Don't worry, they'll be going back in a second. So again, gently peeling off. Doesn't want to stick down that bit. And then just push down. So that's the white. Now I'm using pale blue. Equally for a cat, if you were going with the browns, you could go with brown eyes or golden coloured eyes. It's just because I've gone with greys, I've gone with the blue. And to tie in with the card, the colours I've got in the card as well. And now there's the black pupil part of the eye and part of the mouth here together. You could have them looking to the left or to the right, depending on the placement where you want to put the blue and the black. As long as you keep because they're together, you can put them any which way you want. So that's just a little part of the mouth. And now the nose and the tongue. So that's him completed. Just make sure everything's down. And there we have a cute kitty cat. I'm going to bring in, you can either place this directly over the position there, or as I'm going to make now a wobbler. Again, ignore the cat that's in the background, it's been replaced by the one you've just seen. So the two circles which come on the mat and a piece of about 4 inches or so of 1 to 2 millimeter wire. I'm just going to wind that around a pencil to create a spiral. Make sure that the ends are well rolled round there so that they don't stick out at the edges. So there's the spring completed. And then we're going to add with hot glue to the circles. So you put in glue round one of the circles. So I know it's a spiral, but it's roughly once round. Pop it down onto one of the circles. Make sure that these are well housed, by the way, because anything that wobbles, if it's not down properly, will wobble off. So that's one side. We're going to repeat exactly the same thing on the other end. So there we have our completed wobbler mechanism. You can buy them in the stores, but they are quite expensive and they cost pennies to create. So now I'm just adding hot glue. You could add the mat, the turquoise and lemon piece, to your card before you add the wobbler. So I'm doing it afterwards. You can do it before, probably would have done it before. So we're just adding glue to each side and just pop that down directly over the mat underneath. Just pressing down just to hold it for a couple of seconds. So there's the wobble. Now I'm adding the glue to add this to the base card, but I think I would probably do it the other way around. Add that to the card before you add the wobble mechanism. But it works either way. Just placing that down in position. And there's Kitty Cat complete. I've also added a little sentiment, have a perfect birthday. So I'm just going to add that just by his ear. Need to get behind it there. And there's Kitty Cat complete. And of course, as ever, we have a matching box and envelope box for the Kitty Cat collection. I hope you enjoy it. Until the next time, bye for now.